Hi everyone, this has been one of the toughest, longest videos I've ever had to make, mainly because of all the moving parts and intricate pieces in the building behind me. There is a lot to see within this build that won't be covered within this video, but if you'd like me to do a walkthrough, please leave a comment down below. If I can get to 20 comments asking for a walkthrough of the build, then I'll be obligated to do one. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the story. I had no idea what I was in for being transferred here, but one thing I did not expect is the chaos. My name is Thaddeus, and today marked the beginning of my apprenticeship at the Observatory. Unlike my peers who were assigned to the tranquil halls of the Dedicatory, I found myself struggling with the single-minded focus it took to write a book of truth. My mind would just wander. Orville himself had instructed me to transfer to the Observatory. He said I had the intellect, but I just lacked the calm thoughts required to do his work. As I stepped into the grand chamber, my senses were immediately assaulted by the cacophony of voices discussing complex theories and the clatter of enormous gears turning. A huge rotating shaft seemed to be pushing massive pistons, all powered by horses, slowly but methodically trotting around. I felt a wave of apprehension wash over me, my mind struggling to keep pace with the rapid rhythm of the observatory, and it truly was a rhythm. So much machinery, all perfectly in sync to achieve a goal nestled in the chaos of human movement. Master Arik, my mentor, greeted me amidst this chaos. "Welcome, Thaddeus," he said, his voice cutting through the noise like a beacon of calm in the storm. "I trust you'll find your time here both enlightening and challenging." I nodded, trying to mask the unease I felt within. It didn't work, resulting in a chuckle at my expense. "Never mind, boy. You will adapt." Master Arik led me through the labyrinthine corridors of the observatory. Smithing areas and carpenters to no doubt keep the heavy equipment running, stables for the unfortunate beasts of burden carrying the load of work. A library of such vast and numerous books it would take more than my lifetime to read them all. Sleeping quarters, kitchen areas, study nooks, maintenance hatches, the list was endless. I could get lost in here. I realised I was doing that thing I do where I hyperfixate on the wrong thing. Thankfully, Master Arik was understanding. "Good to see we have another racing mind." He tapped me on the forehead with a solitary finger. "But while I speak, boy, you will listen." He went on to explain about the onus magic imbued into the entire building, making its movement possible. "There is no task too menial for your station, Thaddeus." He clicked his fingers to attract my wandering attention back to him. Master Arik went on to explain my list of duties: cleaning horse poo, emptying chamber pots, bringing the master's food and water, labouring for the carpenters, cleaning up the chaos of the library. It was an exhaustive list. "Off you go." He finalised our conversation. I stood for a moment confused, as Arik just looked at me with a raised eyebrow. That was all the direction I was given to start with. I decided to head towards the horses, not because I was keen on cleaning up the horse poo, but I wanted to get a better look at the huge moving system that they helped power. I attempted to start scooping up the feces but couldn't draw my eyes away from the groaning gears. "Funny boy, that's where I started. Try to stay focused." With that, Master Arik turned and left. I needn't have worried about the lack of direction. All day I was given one task to the next, often multiple at a time. If I was near one thing that needed doing, it was assigned to me. I quickly discovered I was allowed to complete the jobs in any order I wished, as long as they were actually completed. My mind latched onto this concept, and I finished them as efficiently as possible, prioritising tasks not only I need but also the shortest route through the building. I was a part of the chaos, and before I knew it, the day was over. I was both exhausted and somehow disappointed it had ended. "You did well today. Told you that racing mind of yours would work here. Follow me." Master Arik led us up several flights of stairs, and I soon realised where I was heading. My heart raced. On the uppermost floor there stood a giant telescope, bigger than the houses of Soror. Master Arik walked over and started pulling some levers. Instantly, and with an overwhelmingly loud groan, the entire platform moved. I held my footing, but just barely. Once it stopped, Master Arik pulled another lever and the telescope shifted again, this time angling towards the stars. "Come here," he called me over. "Look," is all he said. I put my eye to the eyepiece and my entire existence changed in this moment. I saw an almost white dusty surface with huge circles embedded into it. I looked back to Master Arik in what must have been the most stupefied look he had ever seen. "Yes, boy, that's the surface of the Astari moon." He smiled knowingly. "Now go to bed. You got to do all this again tomorrow." Oliver was right. I would do much better here.